this the worst decor mistake you could ever make? Yes. We need to fix a decor mistake that I'm like, is this happening in my own house? Oh, it's happening in my own house, literally before your very eyes. Designers really just hate those. Let's talk about another one that I'm like, I've done it, and I literally, this is probably one of my biggest design pet peeves, and I'm like, okay, I can't deal with this. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the House of Valentina. Today we are talking about the worst decor mistakes you might be making that also fortunately have very easy fixes. These videos tend to bring on quite a lot of questions, which we love hearing from you guys. Make sure you leave your comments down below, and also make sure you hit subscribe because we will be answering your questions in upcoming videos. All right guys, let's jump into today's video, shall we? Let's do it. Let's discuss collage walls, because I don't feel like all collage walls are created equal. There are some that are really nice. What we're really talking about is kind of like the out-of-hand collage walls. The ones where either they have a million little things in them and it just feels like absolute chaos. It's just too much to me. I think it just overwhelms the eye and makes your home feel very chaotic. So I think at least for me, I like to have a very calm home. Most of my clients, that's what they're looking for. Luxury homes always have this sort of calm sophistication to them. So when people get completely out of hand with collage walls, it just feels chaotic and it just doesn't feel as luxurious. So if your goal is to create a luxurious home, you may want to tone it back quite a bit on the collage walls. The other mistake I see people making with those collage walls is that it's like they don't know when to stop. They just keep going and going and going. It's like, when is this gonna stop? Repetition is your friend when it comes to your art and you're really wanting to create a very sophisticated and really luxurious feel with your art. So can you put multiple pictures on the wall in the same area? Yes. So my recommendation to you, if you want to put several pieces of art up on the same wall, is to do a repeating pattern. So definitely have those frames matching, matting matches. You could maybe have a series of prints that are slightly different that go into that. The other big tip is to also think about what you're putting the art over. So when the art collage walls go all the way down, it's like they don't know when to stop. That's when I think it also feels very chaotic and very busy. So instead, think about if you've got a sideboard, you want your art to fit within the parameters. Have a few inches on each side at least, and have your artwork in between the parameters of the media cabinet, the dresser, the console table, whatever it is, your art should fit within that dimension of the piece that's down below it, rather than just going all the way down the wall. That's when I think it just starts to feel super chaotic, but you guys let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about accent walls, because I feel like accent walls have taken a real hit in the last few years, but I still see a lot of people doing them. If you really like accent walls, there's nothing wrong with doing an accent wall, right? The decor police are not coming to arrest you for having done an accent wall. I've seen accent walls done with maybe wallpaper, and for some reason that seems to feel a little bit more acceptable, but generally speaking, we will stop doing accent walls. I think it just feels too contrived maybe. It just feels like you couldn't make up your mind. It also definitely makes the room feel a lot smaller when you kind of cut off the eye and just give it like one small little piece. You're just really breaking up the room. So for me, I just don't do accent walls anymore. I used to do them and I thought they were really nice. It gave me the option of using 2 colors in one room, and I kind of liked it. But then one day I woke up and I was like, you know what, I really just don't think I'm gonna do this for a while. I think I'm gonna try something else. I think color drenching your rooms, we've talked about this when you're wanting to make your space look bigger, but it also helps your space feel very cohesive. If you aren't sure about what color drenching is, basically it's painting everything out, the baseboards, the walls, trim, windows, doors, and the ceiling even, all in one color. Just painting everything everything out in the room all in one color. And it really helps the room feel very cohesive. And I think that's why for me, I stopped doing the accent walls, because it just felt like it was just like too jarring to the eye. And it felt like it was just cutting the room off and making the dimensions feel a little weird. So I just stopped doing it. And I've kind of been happy. I've had no regrets. Let me know what you guys think. Should we bring them back? I don't think so. The best part about this is that the fix is pretty easy. All you have to do is, if you have an accent wall, just paint it the same color as the rest of the walls, and it's a quick fix. Okay, I think this is really weird, and this is really random, but the other day I was on Pottery Barn, and I was looking at their bookshelves, and Pottery Barn's got some great stuff out right now. They even have an entire section of high contrast neutrals. It's like, ooh, Pottery Barn, thank you. We love these high contrast neutrals. I love the section. I even saw the quilt that they had in there. They did a really good job with that quilt in that neutral setting. I kind of loved it. Let me know what you guys think too. But I was looking at the pictures, and one of them was a bookshelf, and all it had was books, and I was like, oh. Is this the worst decor mistake you could ever make? Yes. No, just kidding. Probably not. This is probably not the worst mistake you could ever make. It is a little bit practical to have books on your bookshelf. But for me, it's like a lost opportunity. I realize, like, I love to have decor on my bookshelves. This is probably gonna be a little bit controversial. Let me know how you feel, but I just feel like the bookshelf it needs some accessories. It needs something to break them up. I personally tend to prefer not to have a bunch of little books on the bookcases because it does look really busy. And if you have lots of books, you could also put them behind closed doors as well. That is an option, that you could have a bookcase with solid doors. If you just want to have lots of little things, you may not want to see that. It can get kind of busy and it can feel just a little bit chaotic. But for me, bookcases with only books, it's a no-go for me. This is just like, like what? There was space for an accessory, a sphere or a pretty bowl or a sculpture. Like, that's what makes your bookcases feel so special. So if you have only books on your bookcase, then you just need to buy yourself a few accessories. Maybe you already have them, or maybe you need them. But just a great bowl. You could put a plant on there. You could have, I mean, look, I've got like a bowl up here and a sphere. You could put your books, lay them down and put something nice on them. You've got options. A vase, another option. Doesn't even have to have flowers in it, but it looks very sculptural and nice. So yeah, I would definitely think about adding some stuff onto the bookcases. Okay, now we need to fix a decor mistake that I'm like, is this happening in my own house? Oh, it's happening in my own house, literally before your very eyes. I did ask Jack to unplug and fix the cord back behind this planter after the last video when I told you guys, there's a cord showing. Literally one of the worst decor mistakes is to have your cords just hanging out. I mean, it's like having your shirt coming through your zipper. It's just wrong, okay? Is it the end of the world? Do you have underwear underneath there? Yes, but still, it's kind of weird and awkward for everyone. So I just realized that he's still got these cords hanging out and you can see them. So we're gonna fix this decor mistake. Watch, we're gonna do it together. All right, time me. Okay, here we go. All right, gonna get back here and simply unplug these. Okay, these are not necessary. We don't have to have these back there, okay? So sometimes it might take an extra minute. Sometimes you might need an extra minute to hide your cord. That is the other option. It is nice if you can just unplug. Fast solution, okay? But sometimes you might need to actually hide your cords, okay? So let's talk about a couple options, because clearly, if you're standing in front of that planter, couldn't see the cord, okay? But now that I'm standing over here and we're standing at an angle that I don't normally stand at, it's like, oh no, oh no, we can't have that. So planters usually are my MO. It's a really good way of hiding cords. Little pedestal tables, furniture, right? There's lots of options for just hiding them if you can't just unplug them. But yeah, I think not showing them is definitely, yeah. Designers really just hate those. Let me know how you feel about it. It just, I don't know. I'm going back to, it just feels awkward for everyone. You're like, it's just not nice. I'm looking forward to the day when we're cordless for everything. But until that day, I think hiding your cords is such an easy decor mistake to make and also to fix. Maybe this is just me, but I personally think that if there's just too many pillows on the sofa, it's just like, I can't deal with this. Let's not even talk about too many pillows on the bed, because then it's just a real issue, okay? So it's an issue of being able to actually sit down, because if there's too many, you feel like you're not allowed to sit, or if you have to sit, you're gonna need 45 minutes to put them all back. I definitely think about that sometimes because I'm like, I don't want to have to fix these, so I'm not going to lay on this cushion. But that's not really a nice way to live in your home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to be comfortable in your home. So even if you're like me and you do love a luxurious style, putting just more, more is not always more. I mean, every now and then, less is more. And when it comes to your pillows, to me, the opposite is also not great. Having no pillows, then it feels a little monastic and, maybe just a little too soulless. Am I allowed to say that? But I think there's somewhere in the middle. I felt like 2 pillows on each side of the sofa, maybe 3 in a corner of the sectional, and maybe 2 or at the most 3 on the other end of that sectional. When it comes to the bed, how many pillows is too few? Well, you definitely need at least 1 for each person's head. But I do think shams are really nice. And then, up to like 5. My mom's gonna hate this. But I just feel like too many pillows is just chaos, it's too much work, and it makes it to where decor becomes a chore. And that's never good, because you really wanna live and enjoy your home without feeling like it's exhausting you. So I say, don't go for quite so many pillows. If you have a lot, just go through and take a few off. If you're like me, I like buying the ones that have the covers on them, because you can unzip them and then maybe store. If you've got lots of inserts, you can just store a few of them and then just fold the covers, And so right now I've got a good amount where I don't need more inserts, so I don't have a lot to store. And so all I do is just change the covers. It's a really nice way to go. Places like Amazon are great places to shop for pillows. I really like Pottery Barn as well, especially their solids. I would love to be able to create my own patterned I would love to be able to create my own patterned pillows with Pottery Barn, because their quality is so amazing, but the florals for me are just, not really my favorite. But I do think the quality, especially on their solids, is so good. Crate & Barrel also has some really great options as well. West Elm, lots of great places. Wayfair sometimes is hit or miss as to whether they're unzippable. So you just want to make sure you buy the ones that have zippers, because then you can switch them out and you don't have to buy the new inserts. Buy your inserts once and be done with it. I buy mine on Amazon and they are the best. They're so good and they're the best price. So I'll leave them linked down below for you. Let's talk about another one that I'm like, I've done it. And this is probably one of my biggest design pet peeves. And I'm like, I can't deal with this. And that is mismatched lamps. So sometimes asymmetrical lamps is also very annoying. Like if they're like in a bedroom, if they're on the nightstands and they are mismatched and also different heights, I'm like, I can't. Like my eye is just like, I'm genuinely aggravated by it. It just feels wrong. Now, if you have a console table, you don't have to have two there, okay? So we're not saying that you can't have some asymmetry. It's a tool that you can use at times. So if you've got a long buffet or sideboard or a console table, sure, you could potentially have just one lamp on there and it'd be very nice, especially if it's a sculptural lamp. It might be bold enough to really hold that area. But generally speaking, your lamps, you do want them to match. Yeah, so you want them to match in areas where your eye sees them together. So let's say like, if you're gonna put a lamp at each end of the sofa, make them match. If you're going to put them in your bedroom, on the nightstands, make those match. Now you can use other lamps for the dresser, for example, okay? You can use a different type of lamp that feels like it's cohesive with that style, right? But mismatched lamps next to the bed, oh, it's just so, no, it's like a decor no-no. Those are just a few of my personal pet peeves, personal decor pet peeves that I really just can't deal with. But let me know if you've got some that you really just don't like. And it's okay if you want to disagree with me. Of course, be polite. But we're all here having fun, okay? That is kind of the point of this. The decorating is supposed to be fun. We don't take things that seriously. We certainly don't here. We don't take ourselves so seriously. We're just wanting in the houses, we want our house and your homes to really feel like home and to really be beautiful, where you just walk in the room and you're just like, wow, I live here. Oh my gosh. So if there's little things that you could do that would make it feel better, then I want to share those with you. So I hope that you found them useful. I hope you'll leave me a comment down below with other questions. Maybe I've given you more questions now than you have answers. Let me know down in the comments. That way I've got Jack compiling all the questions so that we can put them all together and answer your questions in upcoming videos. So let me know. And then of course, hit subscribe so that you can hear your questions answered when you get hopped back onto YouTube. If you love decor mistake videos, we got you. We've got an entire playlist. If you want interior design tips, tricks, and trends, we got an entire playlist for that. We've got an entire playlist for IKEA, Amazon, we've got it. Room makeovers, tours, yes, it's all here on this channel. We're so delighted to be able to give you something that you will be able to binge watch over the next few days, weeks, months, maybe even years. But yeah, we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.